Target holding an emergency meeting over its controversial Pride merchandise, the damage control mode coming as it desperately tries to avoid a so-called Bud Light situation. A Target insider telling Fox News Digital, quote, "We were given 36 hours, told to take all of our Pride stuff and move it into a section that's a third of the size from the front of the store to the back. I think given the current situation with Bud Light, the company is terrified." Fox News contributor Douglas Murray joins us now. Douglas, your reaction?
Well, several things. First of all, of course, they're trying to avoid a Bud Light moment. I mean, the Bud's share prices fell 25% in 1 week, so of course Target want to avoid anything like that. Second thing is, first of all, we've got to be, clear about this. They call it Pride merchandise. Nobody has a problem with the LGB bit of this equation. The problem that has erupted in America is the T bit. And it's quite wrong for a company like Target, first of all, to say Pride when what we're talking about is clothes that are for people who believe that they are trans, specifically for men who believe they're women. To wrap all of this up in Pride, I think, is a great insult to many people in this country.
Because they were selling a bathing suit that had instructions on how to tuck.
Right? So without getting too anatomical,
right.
Of course, this is about women's bathing costumes adapted for a man. Now, this also goes to one of the other things I've said for a long time on this. It is worth noting in the whole trans issue the extent to which it is women who are repeatedly inconvenienced, not men. It is things being adapted for biological men who believe that they are women, very, very rarely the other way round. And I think this is important because, women who shop at Target don't need to be inconvenienced by having to ask if this is actually male clothing. You'll notice that it's not men, it's not male customers who are always being asked to adapt and being asked, to effectively say in store, is this for a woman or not? And I think that points to something very important at the heart of the movement that is now being called Pride, which I think is a trans movement. It is a very important detail in this. It is constantly women who are being inconvenienced. It is women's sports. It is women's changing rooms. It is women's clothing, including women's, underwear and other things. I think people should notice that.
I think also there have been some complaints about the fact that they're children's clothes, they're clothes for infants in this section as well.
And that is madness. I'm sorry, but it has to be said. There is no way that people should adapt to what I regard as being a social contagion in this decade, which is, you can show it very clearly by all the data. Once a child in an area says that they are trans, you get a whole load of other children identifying as well, because it's things like, and they're told if you feel uncomfortable in your body, sorry, every teenager at some point feels uncomfortable in their body. It's the nature of being a teenager. It's the nature of being a kid. The adults should be better at explaining to the kids that that's the situation, not telling them that they are born in the wrong body. It is so wrong and so cruel, and it doesn't help the kids.
Yeah, important conversations to have. We all have different opinions about it, as long as we do it in love.
Yeah, of course.
But there are some concerns about children and age and that kind of thing. And when do we start talking to our children about this? So thank you so much, Douglas. This is a statement from Target. Since introducing this year's collection, we've experienced threats impacting our team members' sense of safety and well-being while at work. Given these volatile circumstances, we're making adjustments to our plans, including removing items at the center of the most significant controversial or confrontational behavior. Our focus now is on moving forward with our continuing commitment to the LGBTQIA+ community. Douglas, thanks for being here.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.